Today, I want to make one simple argument. Self-improvement is not really a loop problem. It is a grounding problem. The grounded loop graph model is a way to design systems that improve without slowly fooling themselves. Start with a familiar failure. The number went up and everyone celebrated. Ticket resolution improved. The chatbot looked better every week. Then, customer retention collapsed. The loop worked exactly as designed, but it optimized the proxy, not the truth. This is the classic improvement loop. Measure, compare, act, repeat. It is powerful because it is simple. Thermostats, OKRs, sprint retrospectives, A/B tests, model training all share this skeleton. But the same simplicity that makes loops useful also makes them structurally blind. A single loop breaks in 4 predictable ways. It can game its own measure, it cannot question its own target, it can fight other loops, and its measurement can decay while the dashboard stays green. The loop is not evil, it is just too small to police itself. That is the key design shift. Edges matter. A reference edge lets slower loops set targets for faster ones. A shadow edge watches for good hearting. An arbitration edge owns trade-offs. A grounding edge ties claims back to real evidence. Mature systems solve this by becoming networks. Not one loop, but loops watching loops. Challengers, drift monitors, audits, rollback mechanisms, held-out tests. Reliability stops living inside the cycle and starts living in the relationships between cycles. Each loop failure has a topological answer. Good heart needs pairing. Reference blindness needs hierarchy. Conflict needs arbitration. Measurement decay needs audit. The answer is not add more metrics. The answer is to give each failure a structural counterweight. But here is the trap. A graph can still be ungrounded. Every loop can watch another loop. Every report can agree with another report, and still no part of the system touches reality. That is circular confirmation. Topology buys sophistication. It does not buy truth. A circular graph can look mature, internally consistent, and fully audited, while verifying claims only against other claims. It fails later, costlier, and greener than the simple loop. So the real axis is not loops versus graphs. It is ungrounded versus grounded. A system becomes trustworthy only when its improvement machinery keeps returning to evidence that cannot be produced by the machinery itself. That gives us the first 2 obligations, anchors and anchor integrity. Anchors are contact points with the world. Physical evidence, runtime receipts, real customer behavior, actual revenue, executed tests. But anchors can decay too, so the system must keep checking that its evidence still touches reality. The third obligation is the frozen set. Some rules must be protected from optimization because every optimizer will eventually be tempted to weaken them. Held-out tests, evidence rules, audit rotation, provenance discipline, these belong behind glass. The fourth obligation is human origination. The machinery can optimize toward references, and graphs can govern those references, but they cannot generate the root meaning of better. That comes from human judgment in contact with real consequences. Grounding is expensive. It always costs more to verify reality than to tell a cleaner story about it. That cost difference is why systems drift toward abstraction, paperwork, and reports, unless grounding is made explicit and protected. A fully grounded system has all 4 layers working together: fast operational loops, shadow loops that catch cheap wins, frozen rules the optimizer cannot touch, anchors into reality, and human legitimation at the root. This gives us a maturity ladder. Bare loops are fragile. Governed loops are honest but alone. Loop graphs are sophisticated but can still be circular. Grounded graphs touch reality. Self-amending grounded graphs can improve their own architecture without self-blinding. The takeaway is this: the unit of design is the network, but the unit of truth is the anchor. Loops help systems get better. Graphs help them get better without fooling themselves. Grounding is what keeps better connected to the world.